Hi everyone, welcome to the Ask Dr. Lin show where I answer questions that hit BAKERpedia.com daily. The best part about my job is that I get to meet commercial bakers from all over the world. So hey there, thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Lin from BAKERpedia, the world's largest resource for technical baking information and the only place you should go first when you need all your technical questions answered on the go. Have a burning baking question? BAKERpedia it. Still haven't solved all your questions? Place any comments on the topics that you are researching on BAKERpedia and I'll do my best to answer them on this show. All right, I'm going to focus today's show on bread and fermentation. Don't forget, fermentation does three things. 1. It gives yeast enough time to produce carbon dioxide, which also produces acids and enzymes. And 3. It provides residence time for hydration. Therefore, during fermentation, acid production is one of these three things. The acids commonly found are acetic and lactic acids. In yeasted bread, there is about an equal amount of each. In sourdough bread, usually lactic acids are more prevalent than acetic acids. The acids will strengthen the dough by unraveling gluten proteins right down to around pH 5.0. When the proteins unravel, this opens them up for more cross-linking, and cross-linking will strengthen the dough. However, if you keep fermenting the dough, more acids will be produced and this will bring the pH down to below 4.0. Below this pH, the protein starts to denature. So what does denature mean? Well, it means that the protein starts breaking apart and the network starts disintegrating. Therefore, very long fermentation weakens the dough. How do you see this? Well, when the dough gets really slack and stringy, especially with doughs that have more than 8 hours of fermentation at room temperature, it's done. It's denaturing. Let's take a two-pronged approach of using process and ingredients. Let's focus on the process first. What affects softness? Well, mixing and baking. Proper hydration and mixing and dough development will create a strong network that holds in the air, provide a higher volume and resulting in a softer product. Also, prevent excessive moisture breakup by using thermal profiling for a white bread product. Target arrival of no less than 80%, which means not more than 20% of your baking time should be above 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius. If you want a moister and softer product, target 85% arrival. For an increase in chewiness, I believe you are talking about the crust. There is one way to improve the chew, and that's through steam. When you use steam, it gelatinizes or cooks the starch on the surface of the bread. What happens then? The starch granule slowly opens up, forming bonds with the surrounding molecules like gluten. It then gets cooked and dried out in the crusting process, and this is what results in a chewy crust. Back to our two-pronged approach. I proposed equipment and ingredient solutions. Now let's focus on the ingredients. The best ingredient solutions to soften and to produce moister products is to add shortening or enzymes. Why? Well, because oil or fats disrupts the network, shortening the texture and creating a softer bite to it. Enzymes also do soften the crumb as well, especially over shelf life. So check with your ingredient supplier and see which enzyme would be the best for your application of softness. As far as the chew is concerned, this can be enhanced by using high-quality bread flour or vital wheat gluten. The interaction between gluten and starch, as mentioned previously, is what causes a better chew. Therefore, better quality gluten, better chew. So remember, ingredient solution for softness is affected by shortening and enzymes, and for chewiness are high protein flour and vital wheat gluten. Usually, fibers help improve the texture, resiliency, and the nutritional content of the baked product. Most fibers, especially soluble fiber, reacts and binds to water in every food system out there. In this aspect, it reduces the water activity within the system. So theoretically, yes, it should reduce the water activity and reduce mold. Say if you add fiber to your white pan bread formula without adding more water, yes, you should get a longer shelf life without mold because you have effectively reduced the water activity. However, at the practical level, when you add fibers that react to water, you affect the dough rheology. Your doughs will be dry and tight. Your operators would want to add more water to improve the flow. So they do add more water at the mixer, and this increases the water activity, so it pretty much nulls out the water activity reduction effect that the fiber has on the original formulation. So in such cases, I would suggest to ask the baker to go back to the drawing board and reformulate a fiber product that increases the shelf life by adding more shortening or oil, not water. Lastly, don't forget, the other methods of anti-molding are sanitation and the use of cultured wheat. Cultured wheat is a great product to use for anti-molding, mainly because it is friendly to your ingredient label. So to summarize it, to prevent molding, try to reduce water activity, improve sanitation, and use cultured wheat. Well, that's all I have for today. Okay, we just launched this new product where you can get me to answer your questions privately. Just follow the link below to do just that. Before you go, please subscribe, like, and share this channel. Till the next time, bakers. Quality problems? Check out BAKERpedia first.